Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the McFarlane Toys DC Direct, not DC Multiverse, but definitely is still a DC Multiverse Superman. And this might actually be the best Superman figure they've released. I don't know if it's one that most people want. I know there's definitely a strong contingent of fans for this version of Superman. I don't know, but it is maybe the best one yet. And as a non-Superman fan, like, I don't care at all about Superman, I'm completely indifferent. I think this is probably the best one. If I had to just throw out a guess without actually getting everyone out and comparing, this is probably the best one. So stick around, we're going to review it. Let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figure, I do want to look at my package. It is the old style packaging that they use for the DC Direct figures, except this time it comes with a comic book, which means if you take the comic book out, the package is not really there. So it's not really a displayable thing if you're going to take the book out. If you leave the book in, it's a nice looking package. Otherwise, it's just clear plastic. Almost literally, there's not a whole lot going on there. So that's that. And it does come with the comic book. We'll get that. Oh, all of these things fell. Let's do a quick question of the day. How do you guys feel about this? These plastic things that hold the figures in that you see, like the same kind of thing on clothing to hold tags on, versus the old twist ties. I hate these things. They're so annoying. I could undo twist ties without a tool. I always need a knife to open the figures nowadays. Anyway, comes with a comic book. If you like that, then you will be happy. There's a comic book included. There you go. Alright, it does show you, by the way, I'll use this as an example. That's what his hair should look like. That's a key point. This is maybe the best figure they've done of Superman, but be aware of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on with the review. This guy stands just about 7.5 inches. That's going to make him roughly, and we'll say 19 centimeters, not counting his hair, so give a little bit more for his hair there. He's up against Darwin, so he's a lot bigger than Marvel Legends. And here it is. So I'm going to do a question of the day. Which version of Superman, that's a relatively, another one of these plastic things, that's a relatively normal version, not like Justice Lords or something like that. A relatively normal version of Superman is your favorite. Which one's your favorite? For me, I just have to go maybe mullet, but definitely darker blue with the red, just like your good old classic Superman. That's what I like. I think I might like the mullet the most. Okay, let's talk about it. This body may fit this figure, this character, this version of Superman better than any of the bodies they've ever done for a Superman figure. I think that is the case. He doesn't have that intense muscle definition that I've complained about many times, and it actually suits this version of Superman, I think, perfectly. Honestly, there's only a few tiny things that I would change about this that are like necessary changes, not things like his abdomen looks like his back and weird sculpt details and stuff like that. Like, that's always going to be the case. But otherwise, there's two things I would change, not counting his hair. One is I think the cape is not dark enough. It's a little bit bright. I think it should be darker. I think the trunks should be dark. I think it should match this. Like, it shouldn't be quite as bright of a red. That's the main thing. The other thing would be that they colored the wrist joints the color of the flesh, which it shouldn't be because they are sculpted to look like wrinkled clothing. So they really need to do something about the wrists on figures like this. But those are the only two main issues. Otherwise, this figure looks good, other than the hair. I'm going to set the hair aside, because technically it's there. They technically put some paint on there to make it look gray. Just nowhere near enough. It's really hard to notice under normal lighting conditions. Like, it just looks like light reflecting off the grooves in the plastic. So you might want to throw some more gray paint on there. But it is technically there, so I can't fault them too much for it. But yeah, it looks good. This does have probably the best overall proportioning for a Superman figure. They've used this body before, and it does look pretty good before too. Just didn't suit the character as much in those versions. On this one, it's good. It looks really good. There's not a whole lot more I can say. The S is painted well. The belt is painted well. That's it for paint. I mean, that's it. It's a bare plastic figure with a cloth cape that's wired. So there's not a whole lot to get wrong or right. It's fairly basic, but that's reasonable at this relatively lower price point. So I'm going to give them I'm going to say 9 out of 10 for McFarlane Toys for this version of Superman. It looks really good. Now, as far as accessories go, we still don't have a ton. You get the 2 fist hands. They're probably too big, but for comic characters, I don't really care. Slightly bigger hands is not going to be a problem. They look goofy because of the wrists. If the wrists were normal, the hands wouldn't stand out. But he's got those 2 fist hands and the flying hands. That's fine with me. I don't think you need anything else. You do get a flight display stand, which is a crappy display stand, but it does work, so I'll give them some credit there, and then you get your trading card, collector card, whatever. Not the best spread of accessories by any means, but it will do. So I will say I'll go 6 out of 10 because it's still just 2 hands and a crappy stand, but whatever. It'll get the job done. Alright, now it's time for the articulation. The head on a double ball peg isn't the best one that they've ever done, but it does work. So you'll be able to get some nuance posing done if you want to, but it could be better, so it's only okay. The cape is tucked into the neck. It could look a lot better. Mine's not evenly applied. It should go in farther forward on this side. You can see that little gap. This side it looks pretty good. But yeah, if yours is a good one, that's a really nice way of doing it because it anchors the wire, so the wire's useful. I mean, it's not perfect. It can wiggle in there because it's still just wire and cloth, but it does work. It is anchored, and the wire doesn't continue around. It's just on the side, so it's not the most advanced cape we've ever seen, but it will work. If you want Superman to have his cape doing that, you can do it. So, and it does look pretty good around the neck, so I'll give him that. For the shoulders, you do get plenty of range on that ball peg with that cap. That's fine. Better than horizontal, not by a ton, but enough. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow does work. It's not the best looking thing we've ever seen, but it will get the job done. The wrists, like I said, they're hideous because they are sculpted like wrinkled sleeve cuffs. I don't know what they're thinking. Make them blue. This figure did it right. They brought the sleeve cuff farther down and put the flesh color joint inside. That's the way to do that if you're going to do it. The way they've done it here, you don't know where the sculpt starts and stops. It's just all of a sudden you have a wrinkly wrist. It's very strange, but it is functional at least, so there's that. Alright, for the torso, he can lean back relatively well. Can't lean forward really at all. Like almost literally none. And then going to the side is actually pretty good too. Rotation will be fine on both joints. So that's fine. For the hips, these trunks seem to fit really nice, so I'm guessing we're going to have some problems with posability, but they do fit nice all the way around. They look pretty good. Okay, we got the splits. That's nice. So, no problems there. Full splits, no nuggets. They didn't do this. Goofy ass Todd McFarlane. Why'd they put red in there? This looks way better. They did the blue, so that's good. I wasn't saying goofy ass Todd McFarlane as in the individual. I was thinking about the toy company, for the record. Don't yell at me if you're a Todd McFarlane fan. For the kicking forward, you do have to stretch the trunks. They look like they may start to stress, but it's not too bad, and you can always just trim a little bit away if you want to get a little bit more range. But that's a nice looking set of trunks, honestly. They did a pretty good job. You do get a tiny thigh swivel in there. Double jointed knees. Oh boy. Heavy ratchets. Weird gappy joint. I don't remember that on the other one. Did they change the knees, or do I just erase this from my memory? That is a goofy looking knee joint. Functional enough, but dang, that is not the best looking thing I've ever seen. And if you're not careful, the joints pop out of the back too. So yeah, just pay attention. It's not the best knee joint. No boot swivel, or if it's supposed to, mine's stuck. I think it's just part of the manufacturing. Heavily ratcheted ankles as per usual. Good range, but the ratchets make it really annoying. And then the toe hinge, it's not the worst we've ever seen. It's not super tight though, so it's not really going to help that much. And it should be a little bit farther forward, but it's okay. So yeah, the articulation's nothing special. Doesn't really have to be. Superman doesn't need to be that acrobatic, so I guess that's fine. It's not good though, so I'll say he gets I guess a 7 out of 10 for McFarlane Toys. It's nothing special for articulation, but if you want this figure to look like the source material, it does a pretty good job of that. So yeah, the source material is this. I would put a little bit more gray. That's not a good pose for the cape. Here. There we go, better. Joking. The gray hair is really the only thing that's necessary, I think, to make this look a lot better, but it does look pretty damn good. I'm surprised. It looks way better than I thought it was going to. I can't leave it like that, even as an irritation thing for Superman fans. We'll just hang it down. Alright, yeah, I think it's really good. I'm going to give it an overall rating of, for McFarlane Toys, 8.5 out of 10. It's still a pretty basic figure, and I think they could do some painting and adjustment and articulation and accessories and things like that, but it is not bad. You will not be upset you bought it if you're looking for this version of Superman. It definitely gets the job done. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But that's it for me. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.